Providing the proper nutrients to your yard is a springtime must. Knowing the proper feeding schedule is sometimes tricky. Add to that finding the proper insecticide and you're bound to toss up your hands in frustration. Here to help you make sense of it all is Brian Maurer, Vice President of Brian Kyle's Landscapes of Distinction.
Springtime is probably the best time in regards to feeding a tree. Naturally speaking, the sap flow is going from the root system back up into the canopy. That's when your buds begin to swell. You can see on the maple, the red, it's the signs of the bud starting to swell right before it leaves out. It's important because at this point in time, everything's going to the canopy, and at the same time with the systemic insecticide we apply, we get a lot of, or seasonal coverage I should say, for season-long insect control, versus the old theory in early spring you go through and spray a dormant oil, and then you have to go back and spray harmful chemicals into the air that could be downwind from some kid playing. So at Brian Kyle's in early spring we go through at about this time at bud swell, and we'll provide our clients with a systemic insecticide and organic fertilizer. The second time of feeding is on the reverse cycle of everything, and that would be more towards late August, early September. When we put the tree, we feed it with a micronutrient supplementation. That's important because it doesn't help the canopy out, it helps the root system when the tree is trying to reserve all of its energy for the following season.
And why is it important to do these feedings? What happens if you don't feed?
Well, if you don't feed it, the tree's going to grow naturally. A lot of trees sometimes will do better with feeding. You'll get a lusher, greener tree. With the micronutrient supplementation on like crab apples, you get better flowering attributes. A lot of the times with some of the trees like maples, you don't get as many of the insect problems that you might normally get. It's Canadian cherries, cherries in particular, you get rid of a lot of the issues that we tend to have with them mid-season. Japanese beetle sometimes on plums with the systemic insecticide, it gets up into that canopy and prevents those little nasty pests from defoliating your tree.
All right, thank you. Want to learn more? Be sure to visit briankyles.com where you can access all of these how-to videos.